Social anxiety disorder. It's a silly, limiting and unnecessary label. It's not a stable attribute of your personality. It's just your internal response to your experiences, and I'm here to tell you, you can change that. And what if I was to tell you, you don't have social anxiety or social phobia? And there is just an experiential gap between your current experience and where you would like to be. I'm Matt, and I'm here to tell you you can bridge that gap. At Self-Help Hypnosis, we guide you to help yourself. So take this moment for yourself, and let's do something amazing together.
Self-Help Hypnosis.
Please do not listen to hypnosis and guided meditations whilst driving, operating machinery, or when it is not safe for you to relax or fall asleep. I welcome you to this self-hypnosis, which has been created to help you learn how to overcome social anxiety disorder while you sleep. And you may be comforted to know that this is also a sleep hypnosis for social phobia. And it will be empowering to discover the techniques you can use to help you stop the unhelpful habits of thinking that you adopt in response to certain situations, and the stresses that trigger what we call anxiety. You might feel comforted to know that a simple combination of relaxation, positive suggestions can equip you with a greater knowledge of the resources within, the inner skills always available to you, powerful strengths and abilities that will empower you to make the distinctions necessary. And in social situations, simply and easily choosing to think and behave differently. And maybe you don't know this yet, but you already have within you the knowledge and know-how to deal with whatever may raise your stress levels in any social situation. And that in these situations, you can effortlessly find a relaxed calm. And I wonder if you can imagine how incredible it will feel to be in control in any social situation, as you positively and progressively re-engage socially, deriving the most happy and most memorable experiences as you cheerfully interact with others. We believe there is always light somewhere in the darkness, guiding you to discover your personal strengths and be the hero of your own journey. And imagine the amazing possibilities when you discover the power within to take control of your state and change your thoughts, your body and mind for the better. I wonder if you'll be interested in learning how to choose useful thoughts in each moment. Perhaps even taking a special kind of enjoyment in your ability to make the changes necessary to create the amazing life you want. And I am grateful you have chosen me to be your guide, for you are not alone, and you are now free to listen to my voice, and my voice will go with you. And what's important now is the ability of your mind to remember you are in control of this experience, and my voice is only here to guide you. So I suggest that you take time now for yourself to find peace and find an environment where you can focus on you and allow yourself to slow down. And of course, it is completely up to you. But this sleep hypnosis will include positive suggestions that are known to encourage people to drift off slowly into the comfort of a restful, deep sleep. And maybe it is comforting to know that you don't need to drift off to sleep immediately, because you may want to ensure you absorb all the helpful suggestions and immerse yourself in the message of this trance, all before you allow yourself to slowly drift off to sleep. And it's up to you to find the place, time, and position to let yourself enjoy comfort and ease. So when you're ready, and in your own time, finding that comfortable position in your soft, warm bed, perhaps feeling your body sink into the mattress, and noticing how your limbs, your torso, and each muscle in your body settles as you remember what it feels like each time you get into bed. Pull the covers over you and relax. What I suggest you do is to just allow your eyes to comfortably close. And I will gently and simply explain to you what you can expect as you enter a relaxed state of being, of focused awareness, a powerful everyday state therapists often call trance. And you can be aware of your eyes and of how you are in control and how you could open them should you wish. And that's fine, because I really wouldn't want you not to go into relaxation too quickly. I wonder if you'll enjoy how naturally, how easily it is to let go of any tension and relax into this guided meditation focused on you. And I do hope it is a comfort for you to know that we create guided meditations that are far more than positive affirmations and suggestions, accompanied by a clear, calm voice. And I don't know if this is true, but maybe you want more for yourself and more from life than calm, rest, safety, and a deep sleep. And I wonder if you would be curious to explore how much easier it is to bring your abilities into conscious awareness by committing your focus to the proven modern hypnotic techniques and Ericksonian language patterns designed to help you choose change. And as you lay there in bed, you may be aware of the sounds in the background, and you might notice the feeling of the bed sheets beneath you. Or you might unconsciously notice the thoughts as you relax into your own experience. And as you do, you might notice the beginnings of comfort and ease. You may hear the sounds of others outside the room, or the street as traffic passes by. Or perhaps it's the tone of my voice as you follow my voice. You may even begin to notice thoughts and feelings emerging and fading. And as you do, beginning to feel the sensation of complete comfort in your body. And as you lay there, still, you might notice the sensation of your feet. And you may even choose to wiggle them. And you may notice that despite the small movements of your body that lead you to increasing comfort, there is also a stillness. And as your breathing starts to slow, you might begin to notice a relaxed calm broaden and deepen. And I don't know if it will be the words that I use or the sound of my voice that will start to open for you a deep, vast world of change and possibility. That's right. Maybe now you can feel free to allow yourself to observe your thoughts and anything in your daily life with alert interest, making a commitment to yourself now to put a stop to any judgment. And for this moment, as you are laying in your bed, safe and comfortable, perhaps you would like to give yourself permission to be free of self-criticism just for a moment. Can you not? And the truth is, I don't know how it is that you run the programs that lead to social anxiety. Nor do I know the situations or moments that cause you fear and leads you down the path to running those unconscious programs. The behaviors and those limiting avoidance strategies that you use to cope. There, in those moments past. And for just a moment, you might like to consider that what is labelled social anxiety is simply a response that builds in anticipation of an event or situation. And I understand that this anticipation can feel overwhelming and lead us to limit certain activities we really want in our life. And I wonder if you would be surprised to know that social anxiety disorder is just a label it is not a condition you have. And you might also feel comfort in the knowledge it is not part of your personality. You have been in social situations in the past, simply trapped in an unconscious, unhelpful pattern. A common, old, conditioned response of fear in a social situation that you can stop now. And I am confident that there is a part within you that already knows this. But in those social moments where we find ourselves feeling unease, our incredible conscious mind puts up walls to protect us from an imagined fear, rather than what is actually happening in the situation in reality. Maybe it will surprise you to notice the power and control, and that now you are in control. And that is hypnosis. And imagine in those situations the depth of possibilities that would emerge when you choose calm and choose conscious awareness. And that who you are is not independent of your choice. And that you are not a puppet of your personality. That's right. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. And I'd like you to begin now, allowing yourself to approach this time that you have chosen for you, here, now, differently. Now, as you lay in bed as comfortably as you can, maybe you feel safe to quickly open your eyes for a moment and consciously take note of just how relaxed your body is and how calm and comforted your mind has become. And as you ponder this satisfying thought, you might like to again let your eyelids close, maybe blinking a few times, and then very gently letting them close again. And as they close, let your whole body gradually begin to have a feeling of lightness, a feeling of lightness, and also the weight and the heaviness going out of your shoulders and your chest. And then out of your abdomen, just letting go as your hands rest comfortably. And as you breathe deeply, you feel the lightness as the air passes in and out from your abdomen, from your chest. And as you breathe, maybe feeling the lightness extend down your body to your hips, to your thighs and legs, giving yourself permission to let go now, finding a deeper, still feeling of relaxation. And now, as you hear my calm voice, as I count from 10 down to 1, with each count and each number causing you to relax twice as deeply into the deepest relaxation you can imagine, and maybe even 10 times deeper than that. 10. Feeling calm, relaxed, totally at peace, doubling your relaxation. 9. Feeling deep, serene, comfortable, twice as relaxed again. 8. So inwardly alert, but so calm. 7. Sinking deep into your bed, doubling the relaxation. 6. Doubling the depth. Every gentle exhale taking you deeper. 5. Halfway down, so deep, calm and peaceful. 4. Doubling that relaxation with every count, so rested, yet so uplifted, so peaceful. 3. Maybe you're serene tranquil, as deep as you can imagine relaxation. 2. Relaxing even deeper. 1. Maybe you are 10 times deeper than you ever imagined you could relax. But also so inwardly alert, so ready to change. And with every breath, your inner mind will open to accept the positive and helpful suggestions that will guide you and follow along with you as you choose change. And as you breathe deeper still, I wonder if you have noticed your heartbeat slow, and just how much more deeply you can relax, finding comfort now when you choose, accepting any positive suggestions and open to learning something new. And I wonder if you know that your resourceful creativity will always triumph over any fear that may emerge when you notice anxious anticipation in a social setting. And that in any moment you feel fear or anxiety emerge, you can come back now to this feeling of safety and relaxation, the complete comfort of the here and now. As you rest where you are and continue to relax more and more deeply, maybe just allowing yourself to float across time and space. And it is a captivating thought, is it not? To know that your unconscious mind is infinite and can be anywhere. And your conscious mind can be here, now, in calm and comfort. And I don't know just how comforting it is to know you can choose in any conscious moment to partner with your imagination to relax deeper And in a moment, your creative consciousness is going to suddenly take you to a very comforting place. I wonder if you can let your thoughts take you to a warm, comforting bath where you are so very comfortable. Just the right temperature as you relax so comfortably. Noticing that familiar lightness of your body, just floating and resting there very gently, quietly, letting go, going deeper and more relaxed, just feeling yourself getting lighter and more free, very light and free. And as you find yourself there, I wonder if you can give yourself the opportunity to experience all the refreshing feelings of calm, contentment, security, happiness associated with this wonderful moment. Perhaps feeling washed free of any past fear and feeling fresh and renewed. And it must be comforting to know that you can practice this relaxation exercise, this powerfully relaxing visualization. 2 or even 3 times a day, wherever you are, just feeling this free and quiet and secure feeling each time. Whenever you choose, you can just spend 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or even longer, just letting go, feeling your shoulders ease, listening to your quiet, gentle breath, sensing the lightness and freedom of your body. And isn't it so good to let go? Of any pressures or any tensions, and feel good and be whole. And as you relax now and drift off closer to sleep, the inner mind is focusing your energy towards healing, absorbing, consolidating, and assimilating what you have learned. And your unconscious has the ability to know and action whatever is needed to heal, to recover your energy, to restore your sense of self and the joy of being social. And you can choose to achieve this state whenever you need to. And whenever you would like, you can enter a deep state of relaxation. A state in which you are in control and can deeply permit yourself to go deeper and deeper as you breathe slowly and deeply. And I wonder if you will regularly listen to this sleep hypnosis and discover the personal power within to always be in complete control. All you have to do in this moment is give yourself permission to let go. Giving yourself now the freedom to explore other parts of yourself. To know that this is just a simple process and there is no right way or wrong way to do this. The truth is, you really don't have to know what to expect. But when you take the time to go inside, just like you are doing now, it's easy to notice that there is a part of you that knows how to breathe deeply. Remember, you and only you can be the hero of your own journey. And isn't it comforting to know that you have chosen me to be your guide and teach you how to return to this state at any time and any place you choose. And I wonder if you know in your heart and in your mind the great benefit to you as you use your new skills of meditation. And in this powerful state of self-hypnosis, this state of ultimate learning, you can begin to uncover the potential always within your grasp. And maybe this is already clear to you, but there is a part of you who is the inner critic. And that part chooses to judge you based on how it believes others see you and what you say, how you say it, and how you think you appear. And that inner critic interprets fears incorrectly as what is happening, or as how others are actually seeing you. And I wonder if you have ever considered how weird it is that we choose to think and that they care so much about everything we say or do. And I wonder if we ever stop and think that perhaps all humans are to a degree self-conscious. And in truth, others aren't observing us. They aren't noticing the things we do or the way we come across. They are people just like you, overly concerned about themselves and seeing you so much more differently than even your inner critic believes. And maybe it will be encouraging to notice that there is also a part of you that imagines so much more for yourself, that sits above you and your inner critic. This inner observer is the presence behind all the things you see and what you do, and is always there to faithfully guide you towards your hopes and desires and away from the fears and any limiting beliefs. This part of you is part of your greater superconscious and is far more powerful than the conscious willpower that you have at your disposal to react to situations and cope with any fears in any moment. For you have a powerful and creative imagination. And it is this part of you that makes you talented and the positive human being that you are. And the more that you use that positive imagination, the more you shape your own reality, the better you will feel about yourself in each and every moment now. And imagine the wonderful things that you could learn and all the amazing things you could feel when you can act in any social situation in a way you choose. that you can respond to any situation with strength and confidence, having the ability to take the best from any opportunity and to create possibility. Imagine what you would learn going inside the unconscious to picture and consciously experience what you will learn and bring that and your authentic self to social situations. What would you learn? And what experiences would you draw upon? What would you imagine doing differently? And what processes within you will you learn and bring back to everyday life? Now I'd like you to imagine receiving a special invitation from a master, a tutor, an incredible teacher, a teacher who possesses a wonderful depth of knowledge and complete understanding of you. This teacher might know how you feel in each moment, your experiences in the past, all the obstacles that you can overcome, and the strategies to best deal with your emotions in any social situation. And now it is time to use that powerful, creative imagination you have available to you always now. I want you to imagine yourself in a small, comfortable classroom deep in your mind. The perfect learning space just for you. And I don't know how big or small and intimate it may be. And that is up to you to decide. You may find yourself sitting in a comfortable chair, and perhaps before you is a desk. And the truth is, I don't know what surrounds you or what would be in the room, in the learning space, in your mind. I wonder what would be on the walls. Would it be like a classroom when you were a child, with maps and posters filled with things that were important to learn? Or maybe it is a more professional looking space, and there is attractive and captivating art pieces on each wall, and you get lost looking at the scenes depicted in them. Whatever it looks like, the scene, the room you find yourself in, is exactly as you would have it. There is plenty of light, and there is a beautiful landscape as you glance outside the big windows. You are surprised that it is much more comfortable than any other learning space you have been in before. It even smells good. You can smell the captivating scent of a candle and the wood of the old furniture. And one thing that definitely captures your attention is the fireplace, with the cheerful fire burning in the back of the room, and a wonderful, comfortable reading chair that sits by this fire. And this scene makes you feel welcome in this pleasant state of learning. And you are looking forward to what comes next, as this is your dream learning space, a place of safety, a place for you to learn about your deepest reality. And I wonder if you also know there is a part of you that is your inner guide, your inner teacher. And as you glance around the room, the teacher walks in so quietly that you didn't even notice at first. You can feel their welcome and pleasant energy, as if the light has just been turned on a little brighter. You feel a gentle wave of peaceful surprise as you realize the teacher is you, the highest, best part of yourself. The part of you that was always able to remember exactly who you are. You feel a wave of deep recognition and joy to meet this inner teacher who has come to help you remember the most important lessons of life. So now, in this place of powerful, unconscious learning, your conscious attention is directed to the fireplace and the shelves beside it full of books. And your inner teacher gently guides you to the books on the left-hand side of the fireplace. And as you look at the books on the left side of the fireplace and scan the titles, they startle you at first, because the titles of these books represent all the negative thoughts, feelings, and actions you have ever associated with yourself. The books on the left contain all the worries and stresses that poison your life. You notice they contain all the negative self-definitions and the excuses that have prevented you from achieving your dreams. And your inner teacher explains to you that all these negative books are from the past, but they are still affecting your life and your feelings about yourself. And as you look closely at these books, you notice that they do not represent your actual truth, but they instead represent what you have always thought others believed about you. And I wonder if you now realize that your subconscious mind has always been reading these worthless old books so much and so often that it accepted them as true. And at this moment, your inner teacher says, "Enough is enough. It is now time to leave other people's ideas about you in the past and learn who you truly are." Then your inner teacher asks you to look at the titles of all the books that contain all the negative thoughts you have ever had about yourself. And it is painful at first to look at the titles of these books containing your negative self-thoughts. But the truth is, you feel so peaceful in this classroom and so courageous that you take all the negative self-ideas, you take these books off the shelves and carry them to the fireplace. And without even bothering to open any of the books, you hold the negative self-thoughts in your hands and tear them apart. You toss all your negative self-thoughts and self-definitions into the fire. You rip the covers to shreds and toss them in as well, because there is no longer a place in your mind for these thoughts. And it feels so good to take those worthless, negative feelings into your hands, rip them to shreds, and throw them into the wonderfully cleansing fire. A fire that burns them out of your mind forever. And I wonder how amazing you would feel to be set free from these parts of yourself that kept you in the past. So perhaps now you feel empowered to return to the shelf of negative books on the left and take down all the negative behavior books that were connected to all the old worthless behaviors and habits. Books that listed all the ways you would avoid certain social situations or interactions that were filled with so much positive possibility. And in this moment, your inner teacher doesn't even have to tell you what to do. And I can't even begin to imagine how great it feels to take these books, filled with the negative behaviors, into your hands and tear them to shreds. You toss them into the fire and let it burn those negative old behaviors out of your mind forever. Pausing for a moment, you watch as the fire burns the last traces of your negative thoughts, feelings, actions, behaviors burned from your mind forever. And you watch with deep and peaceful satisfaction as the fire turns all the negative books of your past into smoke and ash. And your inner mind is free of all the chains of the past. They're gone forever. Feeling free and deeply peaceful, open to amazing possibilities, you move your focus away from the past and move to the books on the right side of the fireplace. And with a very pleasant surprise, you see that these books have titles that reflect the real, authentic you, your true self. The titles of these beautifully bound books reflect the wonderful, talented, skilled, loving, accomplished, creative, the good qualities you know in your heart of hearts, that your inner observer totally accepts as the real you. You look at these books and perhaps you feel an overwhelming swelling of pride. You know these books are describing you at your very natural best. And now your inner teacher asks your subconscious mind to read these positive, true books over and over, and to integrate their truths into your life, and to accept that these books represent the real you. And that you can accept that the ways you intuitively think, feel, and act are wonderfully positive. And your positive thoughts, feelings, behaviors make life better for yourself and all who you love. Just thinking about these books gives you a warm and joyous feeling. Your inner mind is integrating all the positive contents of these books into your thoughts, feelings, and future actions. You look out at the world and notice everything is brighter. Everything is better. The world is alive with possibility, because inside your unconscious mind, you are now free of the chains of the past. And you will notice that you can rediscover your true nature more and more with every beat of your heart and with every breath of your lungs. But your lesson is not complete. And there are 4 special books that your inner teacher calls to your attention. They are beautifully bound in expensive red or blue leather, with gold lettering on their titles and golden paged edges. And your inner teacher gives your unconscious mind a homework assignment. And that assignment is to read and discover and integrate all the wonderful content of these 4 books into your outer life. Keen to get started, you eagerly reach for the first of your books, which is titled My True Self, Who I Really Am. And as you turn to the first page, the first sentence reads, "First, understand this. You are a child of an infinite and creative universe, and loved beyond your imagination." Reading this, your unconscious mind surges with joy, knowing that this book reveals the deepest truths of your being. A true being you can bring into the real world. And your unconscious mind dedicates itself to reading, understanding, and implementing every word of this book. Your attention turns next to the second of the special books, which is titled My Deepest Dreams, Goals, and Desires. And as you can imagine, this book reveals the dreams of your deepest being, the things that you the things that you are alive to do and experience. And the first sentence reads, "Understand this. You are free to have, to do, and to be whatever you can dream and imagine. And you are a powerful dreamer." And you can have an exciting surge of expectation, knowing that your inner mind will be reading your book of deepest dreams, goals, and desires, and doing everything necessary to make unconscious conscious. The third special book is titled My Book of Hidden Skills and Abilities. And in this book, you find a list of the abilities and skills you have, but never realized were always there for you, available now. The first sentence reads, "You have talents and abilities you have not yet discovered or fully developed, and you are free to find and manifest your passions in life." And reading this, you feel an incredible wave of joy and satisfaction, knowing that your inner mind is rediscovering your deepest talents and bringing them to the surface to help you create your new life with energy and joyful delight. And finally, your attention turns to the fourth book in your special assignment, which is titled My Gifts to the World. And with a wondrous joy, you remember that, like each of us, you have a reason for being alive. And that reason includes the positive impacts we are meant to make in the lives of others, making the world a little better for our interactions and a little better for our having been here and having been there for others. And the book of gifts open with this amazing sentence: you arrived on this earth complete with wonderful, unique gifts to discover and share with the world and to make life better for everyone you encounter. You are now free to discover and unwrap those special gifts. And I can only imagine the amazing feeling that fills you as you remember, day by day, more and more of what you have to offer this world and how you can contribute now. Perhaps you will find that your unconscious mind will willingly and joyfully take on the task of reading your 4 precious inner books and making their truths part of your outer consciousness and reality. Perhaps you feel a surging new energy flowing into your life. And you know yourself to be a positive influence on others as you creatively build your dreams and help others achieve. And I wonder if you will come to see yourself to be the intelligent, worthy, creative, loving, kind, positive, talented, valuable person you are in each and every way. Noticing other people realize the positive changes in your attitude and in your life, and that their experience is enriched by your presence. And you look forward to the gifts that each day brings. And if these ideas are acceptable to you, you simply continue breathing just as you are. And every breath you breathe magnifies and reinforces everything you have learned in this trance. And perhaps you will find comfort knowing that each time you return to this hypnosis, or even think about your classroom and inner teacher, it is as if you are instantly there, and the lessons get deeper and deeper and 1,000 times deeper every time you visit your inner teacher and the classroom in your mind. And I wonder if you would be curious to know that your master, your inner teacher, has one final task that will ensure your learning is not only complete, but the skills you learn will certainly be available to you now and forever. And you may be unconsciously aware of your inner teacher's words, or you may consciously be aware of a deep, self-loving feeling filling your mind. And as you drift further into your unconscious and closer to sleep. Now, your final task is one that will cause deep change. And for the moment, perhaps you would like to bring your attention again to your breathing and the depth, the slow, rhythmic, mesmerizing cadence. Maybe you're consciously noticing your body is so relaxed and still, and your body is so relaxed that you almost forgot about the existence of your body amidst the comfort of your inner lesson. Tonight, we have chosen the wonderful learning possibilities available to you in trance. And for the final lesson, your inner teacher wants you to use the infinite creative power of your dreams. And I wonder if you can imagine now, and each night as you drift off to sleep, each night as you dream, you can repeat this final empowering lesson. Imagine you walk into a room and there is someone before you, sitting nervously in a chair, and instantly you recognize that look on their face, that fear in their heart, the self-consciousness, the self-criticism that has zero basis. And in that special moment, you understand the important truth. You are their teacher. You are the master. This person you see nervously before you needs you to guide and instruct and confidently lead them to discover the fireplace at the back of the room. And now you watch as they walk toward the fireplace and the books that are contained in the shelves on the left and right. You watch them intently as they notice the books on the left and see the look of recognition as they realize that their unconscious mind has been reading these worthless old books so much that it has accepted them as true. And at that very moment, you decide to say to them, enough is enough. It is now time to leave other people's ideas about you in the past and learn who you truly are. So you point and guide them towards the titles of all the books that contain all the negative thoughts, and watch them closely with quiet and deep, calm satisfaction as they realize that the titles do not represent their actual truth, but instead represent what this student just assumed others believed about them. And you watch, feeling the increasing warmth of the fire as they rip, tear and shred the books on the left and throw them into the fire. Smoke and ash burn to dust in the past, gone forever. And perhaps an excitement fills you as you observe the gaze of your student move and focus away from the past to the books on the right side of the fireplace. You hone right in on their face in positive anticipation as their facial expression shifts to surprise as they read the titles of the books that reflect the student's real, authentic self. And you smile quietly and knowingly as they read the titles of these wonderfully bound books, and you see in your mind's eye the words you read to yourself. Wonderful, talented, skilled, loving, accomplished, creative, and many of the other good qualities you know in your heart of hearts. And your inner observer totally accepts as the real you. And in this moment, you recall the homework that your tutor gave you and remember those 4 wonderful, beautifully bound books that describe the very essence of who you are and what you contribute to this world. But before you guide your student to their homework, you realize that it is important that you take this moment and impart your knowledge and share with them the skills you have within that you have chosen to use and change the experience you have in social situations in your life. So you ask them to sit in the big, comforting chair by the warmth of the fireplace, and confidently you impart what you have learned, skills that reflect who you have become. And you hear yourself say, now, as you become more relaxed each day, so you will remain more relaxed. And when you are in the presence of other people, no matter whether they be few or many, no matter whether they be friends or strangers, you will be able to meet them on equal terms, and you will feel much more at ease in their presence, without the slightest feeling of any inferiority, without becoming self-conscious, without being embarrassed or confused, and without feeling you are making yourself conspicuous in any way. You will become so deeply interested, so deeply absorbed in what you are saying, that you will concentrate entirely upon this to complete exclusion of everything else. And because of this, you will remain completely relaxed, perfectly calm and self-confident. and you will become so much less conscious of yourself. You will consequently be able to talk quite freely and naturally without any worry in the slightest. If you should begin to think about yourself, you will immediately shift your attention back to your inner lesson, and you will no longer experience the slightest nervousness, discomfort, or unease. You will become confident that in the future, in any social situation, or when you speak to others, any nervousness will disappear completely, and you will feel completely relaxed, completely at ease, completely confident. Your mind will become so fully occupied with the interesting things you are sharing that you will no longer worry at all as to how you say it. You will no longer feel nervous. You will no longer be embarrassed. You will remain throughout perfectly calm, perfectly confident, total self-assurance. Now just rest deeply in the knowledge that your destiny calls for you calm and confidence, and that as you go about your life, your inner observer, your inner teacher will always be there to carry you whenever you need help. Know deeply that your heart, mind, and soul will always be open to receive the grace of inner healing and powerful change. And the more your mind visits your beautiful warm classroom in your dreams, the more quickly and deeply you return to the skills you have within to bring your best to any social situation. So just sleep now in the peace and comfort of your new knowledge that every breath you breathe causes all the good ideas for healing and change to take root and grow in your mind, as beautiful as lilies do in the field. And every breath you breathe causes you to relax more deeply and in deep understanding that you can always access these teachings. Sleep now in the arms of your inner teacher, your inner observer, your best self, at peace and at rest, changing and healing, so calm, so relaxed, so refreshed.